small nation that has a big, big goal that inspired to innovate and make the world a better place. That inspired to innovate and make the world a better place. We shall become the world number one. We shall become the world number one. Smadu.
Welcome viewer, my name is Benson Kondi again. We are learning music in this Creative Intelligence 2050, and I hope we are making good progress. And we've been developing, progressively. Music is one thing that you have to build on blocks. You miss on one block, you may not be able to get on the next level. So it's very important you start from the beginning so that you also develop yourself progressively. And so you may need to look at our past lessons, what we've done before, so that you don't get confused and be lost along the way. So today we want to really demonstrate again musical stuff. We try to see how we can relate the staff to the piano. And remember, this is a foundation we are just laying. We are not really teaching very, very in-depth, so that we are laying a foundation so that you understand. So in case there are some things you miss here and there, don't be worried. As we develop more, you get to understand it. It becomes easier. But when you're laying the foundation, sometimes you may not really figure out how we are going to, just like you're building a house. You may just have a rough idea, or may just see materials being put together here and there. But when it is complete or at some level, then it becomes easy to understand. So we are doing the same thing here. And today we want to really also get practical and hear maybe some pitch, because when we talked about pitch, we're talking about sound. So if we don't hear what we are talking about, then it really doesn't make sense. So we want to hear from our ears now. How does this now sound? Because we have demonstrated. And we want to hear what it sounds in terms of sound. Because if I was to sing, I could sing, but I can also play this in an instrument. And so that is why we want to use a small piano, which is called the melodica, in order for us to get these pitches as they are. And like I said, when we talk of the letters, the musical letters, they signify fixed pitches on a particular instrument or a voice. So when I say, for example, I say this note is a C. In fact, you find in most of instruments it has been written C. It means it cannot change. It will forever be C. This particular note, it will forever be C. All right. So when I say this is D, then it will also be forever be D. It's a fixed pitch. And whenever you play a piano, a C is supposed to sound a C on any piano, if it is in good tune, right? So we want to hear, and we said last time, just to recap a little bit, that the note here is very important when it comes to the staves, and especially when it comes to both voice and piano music. Why? Because that is where we begin our music. It's called the middle C. So ideally, the C is supposed to be somewhere in the middle of a complete piano. When you count all the keys, it's supposed to be right in the middle. But for the sake of demonstration, we are going to pick on any C, because this one may not have an exact middle C. So we'll pick any instrument, because actually this melodica is supposed to play with one hand. So it's supposed to be actually for the right hand. But we are going to use it to demonstrate a little bit on the grand stuff. So we'll pick on a C. Now, again, we still haven't got into piano as it is, so we may have skipped a lot of lessons on fingering and how naming the notes and all that. So, but we are jumping into to getting to hear the pitches first. So don't worry. I don't know how this note, I don't know how you name this note. Don't worry about that. For now, we want to just relate with the theory that we have learned. When it comes to the practical training of a piano, then it will be demonstrated and becomes easier. Now, basically, we said there are black notes, white notes on a piano. And for us to be able to name them again, we come back to the musical alphabet. And we say, in a very basic way, that the two black notes here, we have the black notes are divided into patterns of 3, 2, 3, 2. So these two black notes are visually, you're able to see them very well. You're able to see 3, 2. You're able to see the keyboard or the piano in terms of blacks and whites. Some people will see the partitioning of the whites, others will see the blacks. Personally, I visualize it using the black notes. So I'm able to see black, 3, 2, 3, 2. So whenever I see these two, you know the note, the white note before the two notes is called a C. So it's always good to start with a C. Okay? You start with a C and develop it from there. C, D, E. We are doing the white notes alone for now, and I will explain that later. E, F, G, A, then B, and C. And we say, since we are going towards the right-hand side, over here, then we are moving here C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So we are moving like C, D, E, F, G, A, B. We are going higher. So when we play, we get this kind of pitches. So our C will sound like D, okay, so what kind of sound do you get of progression? Again, like we demonstrated earlier, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That is just a way of trying to register or record those voices, those pitches on the inside of someone or a learner. But basically what you are singing is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. On any piano on the face of the earth, as long as it is well tuned, it is C is supposed to sound da, like da. That would be C on a piano. When it comes to other instruments, a C may be different, the pitch may be different, but on a piano, that is supposed to be the C. And when it comes to voice also, because voices are taught basically from the piano, that C will be that C. So we'll have C here. So when it comes to singing also, you will sing the same thing. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So the lower C becomes your lower do, the higher C becomes your higher do. Now if I was to play using the left hand side, I will go again. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. All the way back. So I hope you've been able to understand how the pitches on the staff, they're not just written, but the actual pitches that relate to a certain instrument, whether a voice, a human voice, or a practical instrument like we have the piano. So whenever you see those notes there, know that there is a certain pitch that is assigned to that particular voice. And that is why we have the instruments being named with a certain letters to signify those pitches. Thank you so much for following us. We hope to still be able to develop from there, but I hope you've been able to learn something so far as we've been moving on. Thank you. God bless you.